Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Attention Iowa business owners. Is your business missing sales because you're too busy to follow up? Every missed call or delayed message could be costing you money. At Easy Biz Tech, we help local businesses stay ahead by automating customer follow-up, so no lead gets left behind. Missed a call? Our system texts back instantly. Need personalized outreach? We send automated texts, emails, and even use AI-powered voice agents to connect with your customers 24/7. Stop losing money because of slow follow-up. Contact Easy Biz Tech today, where Iowa businesses win online.
Johnny Rogers with the history of rock and roll is coming to the Watch Your Opera House this Saturday, February 1st from 6 to 8 p.m., featuring the music of Buddy Holly, Elvis Presley, Richie Valens, The Big Bopper, Ricky Nelson, the Everly Brothers, and so much more. Tickets are $30, which you can purchase at the door or online at watchyouroperahouse.org. Come and see Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Johnny Rogers this Saturday, February 1st at the Watch Your Opera House.
Hi, I'm Brenda Pape, owner of the Unique Salon here in Oskaloosa, Iowa, and we are hiring a hairstylist. This station could be yours if you're interested in the job here at the Unique Salon. We have openings for a commission-based stylist or even a rental stylist. So if you're interested, please get back to me at the Unique Salon, 673-4969. Thank you.
And welcome in. It is a Saturday morning, the 1st of February. Change those calendars this morning. It is the sports section. We are live from Barn Wired, downtown Sigourney at 119 East Marion Street. Stop in for some home decor, coffee, and more. Maybe some breakfast and some coffee to get you going on this Saturday morning. We are doing the sports section. We've got a full show for you this morning. And yes, we even have a special guest host this morning returning to the show, Jenny Hobbs. Jenny, it's glad to have you back. Andy McGuire needed the morning off to do some family stuff. You know, his family is very active with sports and stuff, so he needed the Saturday off. So I'm relying on you to get us through this morning. We've got a stacked show. We're going to start off with Sigourney Youth Soccer. We've got Albia Girls Basketball. We've got Sigourney Boys Basketball coming up. It's a full show. Let's get to it. Jenny, take it away.
Well, thanks. It's glad to be back. I absolutely love doing this, so no problem, Steve. I'll always help you out.
Appreciate it. Although you are wearing that Iowa State gear, we'll let that slide.
And you know I did it on purpose. So anyway, hey, this morning we have Lara Davis, and she is here to talk about youth soccer in Sigourney, and it's called Sigourney Youth Soccer. But I know, being from Keota, the kids from Keota, EV, Troy County, all the surrounding areas also sign up, and I would just call it kind of an area soccer club. Can you fill us in a little bit about how many kids participated, the age divisions?
So last year we had about 225 kids, and so these, my friends with me, these are the older kids, and so last year we included 7th, 8th graders. So we were able to expand it a little bit. But gosh, I think we have preschool, and then we do kindergarten first, second, third, and then it gets a little hairy because depending on how many older kids sign up. Last year I think we did 4th, 5th, and then we did a 6th, 7th, 8th grade. So I know a lot of them.
And it's great for the kids. We have the normal basketball and stuff, but soccer is becoming such a wildly sport, and I think of it as, oh my gosh, what a great exercise. I mean, they're running all the time. I read one time for the Olympics that a midfielder can run 7 miles a match. That is just crazy to think about, the athletic ability and to be in shape to play soccer.
Yeah. Dawson, you think you run 7 miles a match?
He probably does. Speaking of that, let's go around and they got to introduce themselves. All right, we'll start with Mr. Celtic.
I'm Miles Weir.
Well, tell us what grade you're in and how many years you've played soccer.
I'm in 6th grade. I've played since 1st grade.
Do you love it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and hand the microphone around. There you go.
I'm Casey Miller, and I'm in 6th grade, and I played soccer since 3rd grade.
I'm Tyler Fannebaker. I'm in 6th grade, and I've played soccer since preschool or kindergarten. I don't remember.
Oh.
I'm Cooper Kepar. I'm in 6th grade. I do not remember how many years I've played soccer.
I'm Clara Jones. I'm in 6th grade, and I've played soccer since, I think, 2nd grade.
I'm Dawson Glendon. I'm in 6th grade, and I've been playing soccer for 8 years.
So the 6th grade team right here, I love it. So what are your guys' positions? Who's the goalie? All right. Who is the defensive man? Who's this? There you go. All right.
Not really.
No, we don't really have positions yet. No forwards and all that kind of stuff yet. Okay, just check. Sometimes. What's your preferred position? Let's put it that way. Would you rather play defense or would you rather be a forward? Forward. Of course. That's what I'd say. That's why I was on 6-on-6 basketball too. It's like, I'm shooting. I ain't playing no defense. Oh yeah, that's right. I continued that on. Okay, so does anybody play above Sigourney Youth Soccer? Do you play on any other club teams or?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your club team name?
Venom. Yep, Venom United. So,
Okay.
yep, all of them are on Venom. No, I don't think so. I mean, I hope not. Well, so then, yeah, so everyone plays on Venom United, but then we have 2 who play in addition to that, and then we have those 2 also made the Iowa ODP team this year. Yeah.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was
Explain
something.
what that is. What is
Yes.
the ODP team?
It's a developmental team.
So, it's, gosh, I bet they tried out for about 5 months. So it's just a series of tryouts. You go, you're evaluated, and then they make a selection on who they want on their team. And yeah, they both made it, didn't you? And it's a lot of extra practices, just great opportunities. So, Kansas City was a little cold, wasn't it? Yeah, that wasn't a great, that wasn't a lot of fun, but it was a good experience, right? Yeah.
And I will say, and I do have a little story, I coached basketball. I coached a girl in Ames. She played on all the Olympic development teams in Iowa, and she went on to play at Florida, University of Florida. She was actually SEC on the all freshman team for the SEC. And then after college, she came back and played professionally in Kansas City. So let's just say when they signed me up to coach Toby's team the very first time, 4 or 5-year-olds, I was like, I had to call Megan. I'm like, okay, soccer expert. So she emailed me a whole bunch of drills and for little kids, and I was just, but you know how little kids are in soccer.
Yep.
Just run to the ball. We try to keep them spread out. We do. We practice it. But in the game, it all goes back to the same.
Yep, I know how that goes.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about deadlines and signing up and that sort of stuff.
So our first deadline is February 14th, and then the absolute last day is, I'm pretty sure it's February 28th. And that there's a $10 late fee in there, but it's mainly we have to have a deadline to submit insurance, and then that's
Order
final.
T-shirts.
Oh yeah, find sponsors, find coaches.
Yeah. I will say every youth form that I've ever filled in for the city of Sigourney, it says, "Will you coach?" And I don't circle anything because it's like, well, you'll make me do it anyway. Yep. So, and don't get me wrong, I do enjoy it. I love coaching, so I have no problem. My patience gets a little thin sometimes, and they love it when I come up with a spreadsheet because, in youth soccer, everybody plays equal, and I am in developmental basketball and all those other leagues that we have in our area. That's in the rules. coaches, I know I'm talking about some of you out there, play equal. So I come up with a spreadsheet. Who plays first quarter, who plays second quarter, who plays, goalie, whatever. Every sub has a rotation because I'm very big on every kid gets to play equal, and because that's the whole point, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're not handing out Division I scholarships. College coaches aren't in the stands. It's not about win and loss, even though I love to win, but it's about getting kids more playing time, right? All right, good deal. Let's talk about, let's say it costs $35 to sign up.
Yep.
Let's talk about maybe if there's a family in town, a kid in town that's struggling. How do they go about playing without having to pay? Let's put it that way. We have scholarships.
Yep. So if they just contact me, I'll take care of it.
Yes. So don't. That's another, to me, a big thing about youth sports is it's becoming a very financial situation where some kids get excluded because their family just can't come up with the money. We will always take care of you.
Yeah.
Every league in the area, everything, we'll always take care of you. If your kid wants to play, we will get them playing.
Yep.
Please do not ever worry about that.
Yep. We have very generous people in town who just want people to play, and so they've anonymously reached out. And so, yep, if you can't afford to play, contact me and I'll take care of you.
Okay, so so you sign up by the 14th, Valentine's Day, big day, don't forget that. And then when did games start?
Probably the first weekend in April. I don't have it all set yet. The end of the season. Well, actually, it was you who told me it was a little long last year.
It was a little long.
To cut it short, but so I'm not 100% sure. But last year we had our first tournament and it went okay, right? So yeah, you guys loved it, right? No. So this year we'll either do the 4th of July or we'll do an end of the season tournament. But we'll get that tournament back in there. I thought it was fun.
Oh, good, yeah. And I will say, if you do sign up for youth soccer, make sure you have hats, coats, hot chocolate ready to go. Stop in here, get a hot coffee. Because there's some Saturday mornings that are a little breezy, a little chilly.
Yeah.
That's part of playing sports, too.
Yep.
Okay, let's talk about, we got to get the kids involved. Tell me your favorite soccer player. Professional. Go for it.
My favorite soccer player is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, Ronaldo. Well, he's my favorite player for other reasons. Because he's cute.
What about you, Claire?
I don't really have a favorite soccer player.
That's all right.
Yeah.
My favorite's probably Kylian Mbappe.
Well, who does he play for? Or she? Sorry, I don't.
Real Madrid.
Okay. Real Madrid, of course.
I don't have a favorite soccer player.
Nope.
My favorite soccer player would probably be Lionel Messi.
Oh, gotta go with Messi, yes.
My favorite soccer player of all time probably is Cole Palmer.
Oh. And I'm big on David Beckham too. Okay.
My favorite soccer coach is Ted Lasso. I just wanted to throw that in. That's my soccer knowledge. Ted Lasso.
I will say, for example, I should have worn my Alex Morgan sweatshirt. I love Alex Morgan. Hope Solo went a little crazy on us, but I love Hope Solo and all that women's soccer team that kind of just changed. Of course, Mia Hamm, all those guys that kind of changed the scope for, I think, even boys and girls soccer in the United States. Broke the barrier. Say, hey, soccer is pretty cool for women, men, everybody. So, because think about it, soccer really wasn't that big of a deal until 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
And thank you to you for getting all these kids involved and having Venom and soccer tryouts and tournaments, and that's awesome. Thank you very much.
We have fun, don't we?
Yeah.
I was going to ask, what's like the normal schedule? Is it every Saturday, like for a few months, or what is it like?
Well, last year it was like every Saturday for 8 weeks, but Easter's in there, so we'll take Easter off this year, and so it'll be 6-7 weeks.
Okay.
Right.
And are you looking for coaches? Actively looking for coaches?
We are always looking for
All right.
That's a big struggle.
Yeah. And And I guess I've always done it by myself. And I know lots of teams have 3 coaches or something, but I know in our announcements at school, they've been asking for high school kids to help, and that's such a great idea because in years past I've had kids that come and help me. And one thing when you have 10 third graders or first graders, it's always good to have another person there to. My whistle can only work so much.
Yeah.
So no, yes, please, coach youth sports, not just soccer. Sign up for coaching baseball, softball, everything. It's not as bad as you think, parents. It's not. And I don't know. That's your community service. That's why I look at it.
Yeah.
How about this? How about, are you also needing some sponsors, like businesses to sign up and throw you some money?
So that'd be great. So yeah, last year actually we started the banner. So we'll put your banner on the fence, and then it's $100 for the banner, and then each year I'll come and ask you want me to put your banner back up, and it's $50 from there on out. So and it's up through soccer all the way through flag football.
And I will ask, are you guys going to run a concession stand again?
We are.
Okay, because I know you started that during flag football.
We did. So the city and then Kiwanis, they were huge help to us to get that up and going. And then, I think it went pretty well last year for flag football. And then we'll have it Saturday mornings for soccer. And so, we will have that.
Good. Do you guys have anything else you want to add? No? Or is school good?
You do?
Everything is going to go to school?
Yeah.
No.
I think we should add water stands at the soccer field.
Oh, there we go. Hey, okay. Sponsors, we need just like a water station. Yeah. Get a stand with a cooler and cups, because I know kids go through a lot of cups. So we're going to need lots of cups. So maybe we need to talk to Pepsi too, because I know they usually used to donate the Gatorade bottles for the basketball teams and stuff. So maybe we can get a couple coolers.
Well, heck yeah.
That's a great idea.
Strong work, Casey.
Good. And then the hot chocolate stand for the parents. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, no kidding.
Get a coffee cart. Oh my gosh, a coffee cart Saturday morning.
Well, hey, before you guys get out of here, let's get a good picture here to put on Facebook afterwards. 3, 2, there you go. All right, I think we got a good one. All right, I think that'll do it. Well, Sigourney Youth Soccer, again, thank you for coming in this morning early on a Saturday, and good luck with your upcoming season. All right?
Thank you.
So that is Sigourney Youth Soccer here on the sports section. All right, we're going to bring in Albia girls basketball coming up in a minute. Let's hear from some of our sponsors like AE Realty. Find your Iowa dream home with AE Realty in Montezuma. With unparalleled industry knowledge, experience, and local expertise, AE Realty is the Montezuma real estate expert you've been looking for. Whether you're buying or selling, AE Realty can help you get the best deal. You can find AE Realty at 321 East Main Street in Montezuma. Call 641-623-2639 or online at www.aerealtyinc.com.
Sweethearts Rosé from Tassel Ridge Winery is the perfect gift for your Valentine. This sweet rosé offers strawberry and candied fruit aromas and juicy, ripe fruit flavors, and it's packaged in a 500 milliliter heart-shaped bottle with a clear Valentine's label. Sweethearts Rosé is a unique, classy Valentine's gift that will be appreciated by anyone who likes a sweet rosé. Sweethearts Rosé is available in very limited quantities and only at Tassel Ridge Winery.
All righty, we do thank our sponsors for making our broadcast possible. We are doing the sports section. We are live from Barnwired in downtown Sigourney, a great place to get your Saturday morning started with some warm breakfast and some hot coffee. Again, Jenny Hobbs, our guest host today, and again, thanks to Sigourney Youth Soccer for hanging out with us early this morning. We welcome in Albia Girls Basketball. Albia Girls Basketball making their debut on the sports section this morning. We had the boys on here, I think, just a couple of weeks ago. Now the Albia Girls in. Jenny, I'll let you take it from here.
And we're talking about a really good team right here. What, 13-3?
14 and 3.
Oh, I didn't count last night. My bad. My bad.
Win last night.
Good. 14 and 3, Lady D's. That is awesome. So go ahead, Coach Katie Dykes, correct? And we do have a connection. She has a Sigourney connection a little bit. She is coached by Shay Moore.
Yeah, that's right. Yep,
yes.
Yep.
And your coach is Larry Achenbach, who's now your assistant, I hear.
Assistant, yep. That's right.
So go ahead and talk a little bit about you. Like, where are you from? Well, I mean, you obviously from Albia, but where'd you go to school at? That sort of thing.
Yep, from Albia originally. Like you said, Coach Achenbach and Coach Shea were both coaches for me in high school. And then I went to Central College and played basketball there for 4 years.
For Gary Boink, or was that after?
No, I had a couple of different coaches, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mick Angel was my first coach.
Oh, yes.
Yep. And then Natalie Nakic finished my last 2 years. But yeah, it was fun to do that. And then I went to Des Moines University and got my physical therapy degree.
Oh, so you're not a teacher, you're a physical
That's
therapist?
correct. Yep, I'm a physical therapist. Yep.
Oh, well, I got my shoulders, but
yeah,
no.
Later.
Okay. Okay, so why don't you the girls introduce themselves, and let's say what grade you are, what position you play, that sort of thing. You can just talk about yourselves. It's okay.
I'm Olivia Sheffield. I'm a senior and I'm a guard.
I'm Brianna Driver. I'm a senior, and then I'm also a guard as well.
All right. So, Coach, just tell us a little bit about your season. I saw 14 and 3. Eddyville's kind of been a thorn in your side, it looked like, and Pella Christian, but we won't talk about Pella Christian.
Yeah,
They're
we'll
always a thorn.
ignore that one. I think everybody just sighs when we say Pella Christian.
Yeah.
Want that game back a little bit.
Yeah. So just go ahead and talk about your season a little bit.
Yeah, it's been great. You know, the kids come out and they compete every day, and we have a lot of fun, I think, most of the time, except maybe a couple games, you know. Eddyville's obviously been the top of our conference, and Centerville's been up there as well. We got a couple wins from them, which has been fun. Separated us as number 2, but it's good, you know, it's good to have a team like Eddyville in the conference where we know what level of play it takes to be the best, and so we're striving for that as well. It's been, you know, as far as Albia basketball, one of the most successful seasons that you know, the team has had in a while, and also just in the history of the game. So it's fun with these girls that they've done the work to get us there. So
I love to talk about summer workouts and stuff. So when you say do the work, do they come in the summer, and do you have a program that you do?
Yeah, they come in the summer. We did a lot with the shooting, a lot of shooting, and a lot with a shooting gun this year in the summer. That was a little different than previous, but I had tons of kids in this summer. And in past years, you know, might get 2, 3, 4, 5 kids, but we had upwards of 10 kids in for our workouts, and just a lot of shots up, and I think that's made a difference in both confidence for the kids, but also, you know, just getting the ball in the hoop in mid-season and late season is still important, even when you have tired legs. So I think that number of shots really helped. And yeah, we had, I think, just a lot more energy and excitement coming into the season too, with so many kids having worked out in the summer.
Okay, so I see your sweatshirt. Is that your theme this year, or was that is it you have a theme every year?
Yeah, this is ours from this year, and then there's a couple other designs too.
So our time.
Yeah.
Because you're seniors, so this is it. I mean, it's got to be, right?
Yep.
Good. So what have you guys enjoyed about the season?
I think just like everyone works together pretty well, so like it just really makes the games a lot better, and like the drive to win. Like we always want to win. Like obviously there's going to be some hard games, but I mean, winning is always great.
I was looking at some stats, and you average 16 steals a game.
Yeah.
So defense must be fun.
Yeah, it is. It's always fun.
You full court press, you get after them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, man-to-man.
We play it occasionally, not a whole bunch, but we have like some new defense. So
yeah, we play a full court press.
I don't want to give away a scouting report.
That's all right. So. We play a full court press. You know, usually a 1-2-2 press or 1-2-1-1, and you know, these girls they love to press. They love to get tips on ball. Liv plays at the top of our 2-3 defense, which is what kind of we do primarily. Her and Addie Harrington, one of our other seniors, they love to steal the ball. In fact, Liv, you can tell her the story that you were telling me about Addie.
We have a new defense, but also this works in 2-3. I have faith in Addie because she's long enough that usually most other teams get a little intimidated by her length that they turn the ball over, and I just sprint down the court waiting for her to have a fast break.
So they're right at the top.
Bunny.
Yep.
Well, let's just say back in the day, I used to be the back of the 1-2-1-1 or whatever, and sometimes I'm just like, oh, keep scoring. I just stood back there and they'd steal layup, and I'm like, thanks for playing. I'm all right.
I think our posts feel that way sometimes, right? Ayla and Claire back there.
That's good.
Yep. That's what we like to see is the scoring on the front side, and everybody else just gets to wait and be back in that press. So,
the other thing I was really impressed with was how many offensive rebounds you get. I am a huge. That is such a huge, important stat. And my goal, and I always had all these lists of game goals, and one of them was never give up more than 6 offensive rebounds. And you guys average 16.2 offensive rebounds a game. That's crazy.
Yeah, the girls, they hustle after the ball. A lot of it is we get a lot of shots up. I think we're averaging. I don't know what our actual average is, but we get
3-point shooting percentage.
Yeah, it's not. It has a little improvement, but because we get a lot of shots up, we get a lot of opportunities to offensive rebound. So the girls, especially our inside kids and offside, off ball kids, are looking for those boards, and they're hustling after them. So it gives us a lot of opportunities. We probably shoot anywhere from 50 to 60 shots a game. Sometimes we've gotten 70 shots a game up, and I think anytime you get that many shots up, you have that many opportunities for offensive rebounds. So our girls work really hard to do that. Whether our shooting percentage, it could be better, but we're getting lots of shots up, and that helps a lot.
Well, and obviously, even then, to me, every time you get an offensive rebound, you've just increased your opportunities, your percentage to score again.
Yep.
So, and those are such big, deflators. When teams give up an offensive rebound putback, it just kills the other team's drive. So that between the steal, that's just me hustle, pure hustle. So I was so impressed.
Yeah.
That's what I look at when I look at stats. I don't necessarily oh, hey, that person's averaging 20 points a game. Who cares? You guys are averaging 16 steals and a bunch of offensive rebounds. Right there it says hustle and work hard, and that's I'm very proud of you guys.
Thank you.
I won't go back to 2008, 2009 when we got beat first round by Albia when we were ranked 8th in the state. But anyway, we're not going to talk about it.
There you go.
Not going to talk about it.
It's history. That's good. I wasn't a part of that, but
good.
That's fun.
Yeah, do you guys have anything else you want to add? I mean, like I said, I'm super proud. What other sports do you guys play? Let's talk about that a little bit. Because you guys are always good at softball, too.
Mm-hmm.
I run cross country and I play soccer.
All right. Oh, well, I can see you look like kind of a cross country runner.
Mm-hmm. I obviously play basketball, and then I cheer for basketball and football. And then I was a part of the competition cheer team.
Oh, cool.
And then I might play soccer. I'm a little undecided.
Oh, do it.
Yeah, we just got a girls soccer program. Last year was first year. So, so it's pretty fun.
Nice. Now, do you coach anything else?
No, I do not. No, basketball is my primary sport. So, yep. And I have coached softball a little bit in the past or assisted, but no, I haven't been talked into anything. With working and stuff, it takes a lot of time, and so right now basketball, but maybe there's a future for that. I love sports. It's fun, and these kids are great. It's really fun to coach high school kids. They always bring a lot of energy, and as long as you keep the game fun, and they're having fun with practice and with games, it's really enjoyable to do.
Good. That's awesome.
They're good kids.
Steve, do you have any questions for him?
Well, Andy McGuire, the normal host here on the sports section, he always asks teams if they have what's your pregame routine?
Oh.
What do you do maybe the day of, or maybe the hour leading up to the game? What's going on in the locker room?
We were just talking about pregame routines, weren't we?
As a coach, sometimes I don't want to know.
But that's okay. Go
ahead. As long as you're ready to play, I don't want to know what's going on in the locker room. I really don't sometimes.
Yeah, well, for me, it's like the same thing. I sometimes listen to music, sometimes I don't. But I'll drink energy drink before So then I got some energy. And that's pretty much it, really. I just drink some energy drinks, and that's it. So,
There must be a good story coming.
No, it's okay. But usually I just watch the girls, like our JV girls game, and we go into the locker room and we blast music at full volume, and we have two people, Lily DeMoss and Claire Powers, who have to make a pregame TikTok before every game, and that's pretty much what we do.
Yep.
So what is on your playlist that you're rocking out to back there? What kind of music do you guys listen to?
Probably not PG music.
Name some artists.
Oh, I don't even think
I usually got Ox.
PG.
Yeah, I usually got some Ox, but Sexy Red, of course.
Oh, I love Sexy Red.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know that.
That's jammed in my car all the time.
At this moment, I usually only play her, but she's got some hype to her, so.
Time out. You play Whitney?
No.
Oh, I thought you.
She meant Sexy Red is apparently a female.
Oh, I thought you
artist.
meant at this moment.
No.
Yeah,
This
from this moment.
Oh, that's
From this
what
moment.
okay.
Yeah. Is
I
that
thought,
Whitney?
Oh my gosh, we gotta get what? Whitney? This is back from the dead.
Yeah, she's like more of a pop artist.
I don't think the
Oh,
girls
my bad.
would get pumped by music that we listen to. I don't think. I think they would find
Pump
it
up
pretty
the jam.
bland. Yeah, it wouldn't be very interesting. But yeah, the TikTok, that's probably the biggest pregame ritual for like team wise.
Have you ever walked in on it?
I have.
Every time.
I have.
Oh.
Yeah.
It takes like 7 times. They gotta redo it.
Oh, you guys have a clock in there so you can see when coach is gonna come in?
Not always.
Oh, yeah.
No.
We get surprised sometimes.
Oh, okay.
They're always ready though. They are always dressed for the most part. So it's they sometimes a shoe needs to be tied or something, but they're always ready to go when I get there. So
Gotta make sure the hair is perfect.
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, lots of hairspray when you walk in, all that stuff. So.
Oh, yeah.
Perfume bomb.
But you know what? It's consistent, and that's what's important, I think. From a coaching perspective, like you said, I don't care what they do for their pregame, but as long as they stay consistent and they have that right mindset, and they come out to play every game, so that's good.
Awesome. Now, since you're seniors, talk about what you only got a couple months of school left. What are you gonna do in your future?
So I'm going to Aveda. It's cosmetology school in West Des Moines, and I'll be there for 11 months, and then I'll get my license. And then after that, I'm not sure, but I plan to open my own salon one day. But
I had a former player of mine, and she was the point of the 122 press. She went there, and I was actually her first haircut. I took an afternoon off of school, drove to Des Moines, and was her, I guess, dummy for a day.
yeah.
And it took like 2-3 hours because you cut like a layer, and then they got to check it, and just like you go to the dentist at the university. So that's an awesome program, and she's doing great. She's awesome.
Yeah,
It's
I'm pretty
fun.
excited.
Good.
I'm not really sure what I want to do, but I've also thought about going to Aveda to do cosmetology for 11 months and then go back and become an esthetician as well, because then it makes the program of an esthetician shorter if I go to cosmetology first, because it has some classes that I've already taken.
So you guys are going to open up a shop together.
There you go.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe if she's
Free haircuts for
Got a
coaches.
couple kids. Was Addie also? Was she talking about going to cosmetology? I feel like somebody
she's
else did.
undecided.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But yeah, we got some. That's good.
So the brackets haven't come out yet, have they?
They come out. Well, I think Wednesday. Yep.
Okay. So what way do they think you'll go?
I've seen a couple different things. Maybe going west with possibly Sheraton being in our bracket, or Centerville even again. So I think there'll probably be some conference schools that we'll have to get through.
In your 3A?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So we've got, Clark, Sheraton, Centerville, Davis County, I think are all in our Class 3A. I think Knoxville and Eddyville are in different classes. So yeah, and Cardinal I think is in a different class. So we've got some work to do. We might have to play a team for a third time.
Yeah.
But and then it could go any direction. I think PCM's around the area. They're
Even
top
up to
team
Mid-Prairie.
The Mid-Prairie is
Washington.
top team. Washington was another one. That's
I
right.
saw you
Yep.
played Washington.
Des
Beat
Moines
'em pretty
Christian
good.
was another one.
Ooh, yeah.
And then, what's the other one I'm thinking of? Yeah, there's one more school that's kind of closer to Iowa City, but in the region that could pose be that in that bracket for us. That's one of the top, I think, 8 or 10 teams. So yeah, it's going to be a tough road in the postseason, but I know the girls are excited. We're looking forward to it. We want to finish off though, get our conference wins, finish at the top of the conference, and we've got a couple of really good non-conference games in Pleasantville and Montezuma coming up.
I saw that
So
the
that'll
last
be
game of
good,
the season against
which is
Montezuma.
great. We in past years we haven't had a game in that last week before postseason, and this year I had asked our AD, we really needed one because having a week of practice, it's almost
it is
too much going into postseason. So having a competition is going to be really good for us.
Yep, good. Steve, got anything else?
I want to get a picture before we get out of here.
Heck yeah.
Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Do you guys have a dedicated Facebook page for the girls basketball team?
We don't have for girls basketball, but just for Albia High School. So yeah, the Booster Club has one.
Sounds
for
like
us.
they got a TikTok.
Yeah, they do. That's right.
Yes, we do.
Albia locker room TikTok.
Well, we appreciate you guys making the long trip to Sigourney on this Saturday morning. I know you girls would probably rather be sleeping in right now, but appreciate you making the trip. And yeah, loved having you on. We'll have to do this again next year.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, that is Albia girls basketball here on Steve Shuttler Media. You guys are good to go. We're going to bring in Mitch Eslick coming up next on the sports section. Again, we are live from Barn Wired, and right now we're looking at our area team of the week, the Kelly Style State Farm team of the week, as voted on this week here on Steve Shuttler Media Facebook. That is Sigourney Keota Girls Bowling. The girls bowling team undefeated on the regular season. So congratulations to SK Girls Bowling on our team of the week. Kelly Style State Farm, our sponsor there. And then our athlete of the week, brought to us by Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics, as voted on. Over 600 votes this week for Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont's Slater Thomas, a wrestler from EBF Wrestling. So congratulations to Slater. Again, he is our top vote getter so far in this school year with over 600 votes this past week. So Slater Thomas, Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics Athlete of the Week, Kelly Style State Farm Team of the Week, Sigourney Keota Girls Bowling. Congratulations to them. All right, I'm going to adjust my camera just a hair since we're just down to 2. It's the last 2 surviving. We've got Mitch Eslick from Sigourney Boys Basketball hanging out with us this morning, and Jenny Hobbs is our host. Jenny and Mitch, you've both been hosts on this show before. We might be talking for a while this morning. Take it away.
We've known each other for a long time.
A long time. Bus rides back in, what, 2010, 2011?
Oh, gosh. I heard you mention wrestling, and I do want to do a shout-out because girls qualifying for state wrestling was last night, and SK had 3. So, obviously, Utterback, we know that. That's, I mean,
that was a lock.
Yes, I'd hate to say it's a lock, but, I mean, you still got to win, but, yeah, it's a lock. And then Kia, and then Carly Greiner from Keota. Wrestled really well, and so it's great. We have some representatives coming up to the girls' state wrestling tournament. And again, shout out to the bowlers because they've done awesome. The girls are just rolling through people, like literally rolling through people. I mean, they were winning every meet by like 300 pins.
It's been a great winter for our Sigourney and Keota, all sports, basketball, wrestling, bowling. They've really had a great winter.
Yeah, it has been. And even, our girls' basketball team has won 3 in a row.
Yeah, they're playing really well.
Playing extremely well. Okay, so let's get to the boys' basketball team. And we're not going to talk about that big win you had about a week and a half ago.
It was a big win for us.
It was a huge win. And you know what? And I've gotten to the age where I love watching from home.
Uh-huh.
Number one, so I can actually watch and not everybody talk to me.
And chase kids.
Yes, and my kid asks for concession stand money every 5 minutes. But I was just impressed on how hard you guys played, and relentless. And Keota make a run, and then you just you fought it. Because basketball is a game of runs, and usually whoever doesn't respond to a run is going to be the loser. And I thought every run that Keota had, you responded. And just from watching your games throughout the year, you guys have responded to any adversity and any challenge.
Yeah, and I think that really speaks to the experience that this group has. I mean, you know how it is. It's very rare when you get a group that, and unfortunately, with Braden, we've lost Braden for the season with his knee surgery he had yesterday or on Thursday, and I think he's feeling a little bit better, but it's going to be a long road for him to recovery. And so, but before that, we had the same starting lineup for 40 some games in a row, and just that experience and that. That ability to handle a little bit of adversity where last year probably wouldn't have been able to, but just that little bit of extra experience that they've had, I think really comes in handy in that situation.
So let's talk about your experience, because I know as a coach, a lot of times when you have a young team, you have to do so much more like talking in practice and getting some prod, and as you get veterans, practice is actually really enjoyable to go to, and you run a drill. They've done this drill 4 years, and the kids lead instead of you having to be the leader of everything. How fun is that?
Oh yeah, you nailed it on the head. And the thing is, it's crazy is that we're still fairly young. I mean, we've got 2 seniors on our roster, Kane Weber and Isaac Bruns, and so we're still. Fairly young, but these kids have kind of all been together and they've played together for a while, and that is a huge benefit. And they're just it's such a low maintenance group. I probably shouldn't say this. Jinx Sale probably has some,
always
shenanigans here after this, but they are just so easy to work with. I mean, they make Zach and I's job so easy. You come to practice every day, and it's just like there's no drama, there's no issues. They just want to come and work. They want to come and get better, and they all kind of understand what their role is on the team, and. It makes it, very enjoyable as a coach, just because you know what you're going to get every day out of these kids, and they're self-motivated. One thing that impresses me, Coach Jensen and Coach Weber, before he went to Pekin, they set up such a great culture in the weight room for our kids. And I'm in there with them every once in a while, and they're just so self-reliant. They're like, all right, we do this, we do that, we do that. And it carries over into all their sports, and I think that's one of the big reasons why, we've had so much success in everything, whether it's football, whether it's baseball, whether it's, basketball, whatever sport you're talking about. We've had a lot of success lately because these kids understand the time and effort that you have to put in away from your sport on yourself, and then that positive, role models that they've seen that they've carried over from year to year to year, and it's just like that's the expectation, and either you're fulfilling the expectation or you're letting your teammates down, and they've kind of gotten to the point where they can do that.
Well, and like what Coach Howard would always tell the kids is like you have to put so much in that you don't want to you can't lose.
Yeah.
Like you have lifted weights for so long, you've done conditioning, you've done speed development, you've done all these things in every sport that it is physically painful to lose.
Yeah. Yep.
And I know the kids that I coached at Sigourney years ago, and I know the kids now. That's what they do. They just put time in. Anyway, let's talk about. I have been most impressed with John Berg.
Yeah.
Where did he come from?
He has been unbelievable. I mean, Zach and I have commented on that multiple times this year. I mean, he had another great game last night. I think he had 27 points and probably close to 20 rebounds last night. And just, I mean, he's gone from a kid who really made a big jump from his freshman year. He was only a JV player, strictly a JV player. Sophomore year, he stepped in the starting lineup, and he was a serviceable starter in our league. I mean, not an all-conference player, but did a nice job. And now he's turned himself into potentially a first-team all-conference player just by a lot of hard work and a lot of just self-confidence. And I think that's one of the biggest things when you can start to believe like, hey, I can do this, and I think that there's been a lot of that for John, and he's gotten so much better finishing around the basket. Last year, he'd miss inexplicable layups. I mean, he'd just be wide open under the hoop and miss. And last night he's flipping in left-handed spin shots. And I mean, I'm like looking at the guys on the bench like, where did he learn how to do that? Like, we don't even work on that in practice. But he put a lot of time in the summer, and he's really improved. And just he's got a constant motor. I mean, and great. He's got a great just knack of where the ball's going to go, and you can't teach that. I mean, it's just like he just knows. I mean, his offensive rebounding numbers are out of this world, and yeah, he's been so good this year and has been a huge key for the success that we've had.
Well, and we talked a little bit earlier about runs, and for example, yes, another team does have a run. You guys shoot, miss, and there's John with an offensive rebound putback. Boom, run killed.
Yeah.
By the other team, and because those are such deflators. But yeah, I mean, you got so many kids. We could talk forever about each kid.
Yeah.
And Braden going down, that was because I don't know if there's a nicer kid.
There's not.
I mean, since he was little, anytime I'd see him anywhere, he would say, "Hi, Hobbs," and he always acknowledges Toby. He always says, "Hey, Toby."
Yep.
I mean, kids don't have to do that, and he does. I mean, he's such a good kid.
One of the most mature kids I've ever been around, and like you said, it's been that. I had him in elementary school all the way up. I mean, he was like, 10 going on 30, you know, at the elementary, and that's a compliment.
Yes.
I mean, and just and the thing is so many things that he does. You look, if you pull up our bound stats, which as we know, kids do that constantly. They're always keeping track of their stats. Or parents, yeah. You pull it up and you say, oh, they won't miss him a whole lot. He averages 5 points or whatever. But the things that he does on the court, he's like a coach on the court for us. I mean, like he's helping us call. I mean, like we're going through Sky Report, we're calling out their base and out of bounds plays, we're calling out their sets. He's calling them out on the court as they're going on. He covers up so many things defensively. When another kid makes a mistake, he's there because he knows the Sky Report. And that's just stuff that you can't, as a coach, you see. As someone who's maybe just watching the game, you wouldn't as much. But that's what we're really going to miss from Braden. And but he had a lot of damage in that knee, and it needed to get taken care of. And he was really, actually, he had a very similar surgery to what I had in college. And as someone who had that, I can't imagine playing on that for the entire season. And so just for him to get healthy and hopefully be able to have a senior year where he is feeling good for his sake, for how hard he works, that's something that we really hope for him.
And I was extremely, I guess, surprised, maybe not surprised, but again, he's such a good kid that I was so happy for him. I didn't realize he was that good of a football player either.
Yeah, yep.
Like, he just had a great football season.
Yeah.
Speaking of great football seasons, hey, good job on the mic, because I like to stay home and watch.
We always love when you check in with us on a Friday night.
And a lot of times I kind of call out when there's, hey, my TV's it's not working. I can't watch the game.
Half the time it's our fault, half the time it's probably yours. So.
Probably. Toby, what'd you do to the TV? So have you got a college picked out for Viv yet? I mean, is she on visits yet? Because
Barbie University, probably.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about that on the way over, and it's kind of weird to think of, but I'm going to call her, I'm her grand coach.
Yeah, heck yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I'm going into this.
I'm sure Carolyn's running her through drills that you had her going through.
Bloody buckets, getting her tough underneath. Because I'm at that point where I am coaching kids that I coach their parents.
Yep.
So yes, I'm their grand coach. That's what I'm gonna start. That's my new coined version. But where are you sitting at in the region or districts?
Yeah.
I mean, because I know you seed. Where are you sitting at?
Well,
let's talk postseason a little bit.
Yeah, the state's actually done an overhaul on that. They've completely they've gone to the girls format. I give the state credit. If they're watching, I give them a lot of credit because they're going to be putting the brackets out pretty soon. They've taken input from the coaches, and we did these seeding meetings for a while where they gave us a pod of 9-10 teams, and then all those coaches would get together on Sunday afternoon, and they would put up, hey, we think we should be the 1 seed, we think we should be the 2 seed. And it got kind of nasty.
And it was like, okay, we're only going to seed games 5 through 15.
Yeah, they did that for a while. Yeah, they quit doing that. And so what I'm trying to say, I guess, is that they've been receptive to information from coaches of what works and what doesn't. And I think they finally just said, hey, we're going to put together a committee. They put some former coaches, some members of the media together, and we're going to just take complete control of it. We're going to release the pairings. They're going to release them Monday, February 11th, I think, is what they said. So we still got a little while here. Next week's going to be a crucial week for us. We play at Iowa Valley and at Moravia, and be a couple big wins for us to hopefully get the playoff scene. But we're hoping to get to host at least 1, maybe 2 games in the postseason, and give ourselves a shot to try to go as far as we can.
Good deal. As long as your kids are working hard, you know, you never know.
Yeah,
you never know.
You don't.
And I did see that the Iowa Valley kid was Hawk.
Yeah.
He's a 4-star recruit now.
I did. I saw that.
He
too,
is up to
football.
4 stars.
He's an excellent athlete. Going to Northern Illinois.
That was our homecoming last week, and you know, as a coach, I'm watching, going, oh my gosh, they need to use him more. You know, if I was Iowa Valley coach, obviously you don't want him to be used.
Yeah,
more, but,
we play him Tuesday, so they can wait till Wednesday. To figure that out.
I was gonna say there were still a couple dunks made by him, but he did miss a dunk too.
I actually about midnight last night was watching some of that game, and yeah, I mean, one of the times he caught it and just like took off from like between the free throw line and just hammered it. And it's just like you don't see that kind of athleticism in Class 1A very often.
No, and then he hits a 3, and I was just
he's got a skill set. He's a good player. He will make me not sleep a whole lot in the next couple days.
And he does a good job of, if it goes in, he kicks out to the shooters.
He's an unselfish kid.
But anyway, what else we got to talk about? I don't know.
I'll throw this, since you're talking about Iowa Valley. We will have the Sigourney at Iowa Valley game coming up on Tuesday night here on Steve Shetler Media, so make sure you tune in, and you can see that 4-star recruit against Sigourney.
My mom will appreciate that. She loves watching, you know, the home games we got on Thunder Country, but the road games, we've appreciated Steve and crew coming to a lot of those. She gets to watch the boys, and like you said, she loves it. It's so convenient. I mean, just this live streaming. We've said this a million times. There's very few good things came out of COVID, but the amount of streaming options that came out of that, just out of necessity, and then people that kept it going, it's great. And you know, I mean, you're probably a little jealous. You know, the huddle has gotten so good for us as coaches. I mean, it's almost too good, because it's like I'm watching like 6 or 7 games of teams, and like I'm like, hey, you know, I should probably go to sleep, you know, or I should probably like tell Viv like, hey, I'll come play Barbies with you here in a sec. But I'm like I need 2 more minutes of an EV film here, Viv. Sorry.
Well, and that's really, be honest, I gave up coaching varsity when I had Toby, because at that point it was still, I mean, I would go if I didn't have a game. Every time I didn't have a game, I went in person and I, you know, watched, and I had an army of people. Okay, you know, like shout out Travis Hall, you go here, you know, and you go here. And I had people going all over videotaping for me.
Yeah, we're so spoiled now.
Yeah, I know.
Now, I will say, Alan Sellers, if Al's watching, we had so many great memories on the road. We could tell stories up here that some of them not appropriate.
Well, even
for hours about some of our road trips. So if you see Al, ask him about some of the
Shay and I have
trips.
some of those.
Yeah, I'm sure you. Oh, with Shay, I'm sure you got some good ones.
We have a couple of those going to scout. But
we do miss that, but it's a lot easier.
You know,
to pull
and I will say, I do appreciate seeing a team in person, because you really don't get a great feel unless you. I mean, now you get to watch a lot more film, but just how athletic they're, how big they are.
Agreed.
But yes, let's just say scouting has gotten a lot easier.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot easier.
I was going to ask, you're talking about, all right, I want to backtrack. Let's go back to the Waco game. I know it wasn't a good result, but back to John Berg. How about John Berg hitting the 3-pointer in that game?
Well, you know, I was happy to see that go in. We were worried it may be a little fool's gold for him, but he hasn't shot one since. So he's much more effective around the rim. But yeah, the reaction on the bench that night, that was not a real positive night. We didn't play great that night, and they had the Stacy kid was just absolutely out of his mind. 41 points. I don't think he missed until about the third quarter. But that was the one positive. That was probably the biggest pop we got out of our bench all year when he hit that 3. They were up on their feet, and so that was fun to see. And I think he might be 1 for 1 on the year. I'll have to go look at his stats. He might get another one up before the year's over. But he tried to dunk last night and missed it. So we're giving him a hard time about that. When you have 27 points and like 20 rebounds, you can miss a dunk and be all right. So
I do have a Bob Howard story. So first year coaching with Bob at girls basketball here at Sigourney, he said we are not attempting a 3-point shot all year. Everybody in the state, all they do is shoot 3s, and that's the way basketball.
Not an analytics guy, huh?
So late in the season. Late in a big blowout win.
So you really hadn't shot a 3 all year?
No, we hadn't shot a 3 all year.
Goodness.
So no, not at all. One of the last kids on the bench goes in. You know, it's their time. They they get to play. So she shoots one from the corner deep. Instantly, Howard looks at me, because I did the stat, looks at me, her foot was on the line. Foot was on the line.
That is one of the more unbelievable stories I've ever heard.
Wait, seriously? So, gosh, that would have been the 2004, 2005 season. Not a single three-point, not even a half-court heave at the buzzer. Well, there might have been, but it's like that was after the buzzer.
I will say, this is just extra commentary here. It does seem that three-point shooting is completely out of control.
It's gotten a little crazy.
The the stats would say the stats would say a layup and a three are the two most efficient shots in basketball. Anything else in between? Now, there's a lot of people that argue with you about that, but the people that do the analytical stuff, they're all about it. So there's some kids that should be shooting less threes for sure on every team. But when you see Steph Curry making 30-footers every night, it looks easy.
Well, yeah. Does Grinnell still run that offense?
They do. Yeah.
Okay. And what I've always told the kids is, okay, everybody's got a green light. Everybody's got a green light to shoot. If your feet are set, your shoulders square, but you have to know your speed limit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So sometimes your speed limit is just
some only live in 25-mile-an-hour zones.
Yes.
They
yes.
shouldn't be going
You
55.
are.
None of our kids, but.
Yeah. No. Never.
Hey, before we get out of here,
we're gonna get in trouble here. Let's wrap this up.
Let's change topics. Okay. Throw some love towards your senior players.
Oh yes.
We actually just celebrated senior night last night. The one that I do. I mean, obviously Isaac gets all the pub, and we'll talk about him in just a sec. But I want to focus on Kane Weber. He got a start last night. Had a really good game. I think he had a season high last night for us. And just a kid who. We've talked a lot about John this morning. His biggest problem is we can't take John Berg off the court, and John's going to play the 5, and Kane's a 5, and so he's had such a great attitude all year long. He was our before the game we have the kids kind of try to give a little bit of a hype speech or a little bit of a I have them try to do a little research on the team and say something to the kids. And he was our guy last night to get the guys ready for senior night, and he did a great job. He had prepared, he was ready, and that just kind of talks about what kind of kid he is. He knows that his role on the team is. They might need me for a minute or two here. They might not need me at all tonight, but I'm going to be ready, and I'm going to come in, and I'm going to play hard. I'm going to come to practice every day and have a good attitude. And just can't say enough good things about Kane's demeanor all season long. And then our second senior, Isaac Bruns, he's had a first-team all-conference here, averaging about 18 points a game. His attitude has been so good this year. There's been some times when he was younger that, he would get down on himself, get frustrated, get upset, and he's really been a positive role model for our younger kids, and he's played really well on the court. Has been a big scoring option for us, and has guarded the best player on the team, the other team, almost every night. Whether it's a guard or a post, or he'll take on anybody, and he'll have the hack assignment on Tuesday night, and he'll compete. He'll be giving up 7-8 inches, but he'll battle, and he's had a great year. And those two guys have really set the example for what our younger kids need to look towards.
Good.
You got anything else?
No. I will ask, how many total kids do you have out?
We have 23.
That is good. Because I know just trends-wise, all over, boys and girls, but unfortunately, especially girls, number-wise, it's really struggling.
It is, and we're very fortunate. And I do want to give a quick, before we get out of here, I do want to give a quick pub to our JV team. They've had a phenomenal year, undefeated season. Really, you can count the amount of competitive games on one hand, probably. They have been really good all year long, and a lot of kids who on other teams in our league would be varsity players. They're behind some good kids, and they've had a great year. Coach Tremmel's done a phenomenal job with them, and really think that the future for Sigourney basketball is really bright with what those guys got going.
I know the freshman class has been together for long,
a
lot of games.
Parents have put a lot of time in.
Yes, a lot of games for those kids. Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
And once a savage, always a savage. So it's just kind of like Iowa State.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Hawkeye fan. But when they play the Cyclones, I have to go for the Cyclones.
Yep.
And same thing with Sigourney. Huge Sigourney fan, but when they're playing Kyoto, I gotta cheer for the Eagles. But I always, and I've known you, I've always cheer you on, and the girls' side too. So
yeah, and we that Keota Sigourney game, that night in Sigourney, I was telling, with playing so many sports together, you do feel like you're teammates with these guys and with their families and seeing them. And I'm in a unique situation where I get to do it with Thunder Country, and you're rooting for these same kids, on a Friday night in November, and then you're preparing for them on a Friday night in December, a month later, and say, hey, I'm rooting for you guys every night of the week except for these two, and then we want to beat them more than anybody.
Yeah.
when you go against them. So it's a unique situation, and we're hoping that Keota has a ton of success, and we're hoping that the state sends them somewhere way else, and us somewhere way else, and we can see each other in Des Moines.
Yes. Oh, that'd be party in Des Moines. I will say after that first Sigourney Keota game, Solon struggled shooting.
Yep.
And he was fading out of his shots quite a bit. And he came to my basketball camp when he was younger.
Yep.
So I kind of pulled him aside, hey, Solon, you just go up through your shot.
Yep.
Don't be fading away. Don't try to be fancy. Just shoot the ball. And I know he's come on and had a much better.
Great year.
And that was way early in the season too. So. So yes, I'm always cheering for my former basketball camp kids. Go Solon. And there's other kids too, but anyway, I cheer for you all the time, Mitch.
Appreciate that. Thanks, Jenny. Always fun to be in here, and thanks for having me on a Saturday morning.
All right, let's get a quick picture before you get out of here. Oh, you guys did the natural lean in and everything. All right.
Pros.
Yes.
That's Mitch Eslick with the Sigourney boys basketball program here at Sigourney High School. All right, that does it for another sports section. Jenny, we thank you for coming in today. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. I didn't even have to do pick'ems or anything.
Yeah.
So I think Steve got a little tired of getting beat so bad that he gave up that section.
I did do quite poorly in that.
Okay.
Yes. All right, so I think we'll have Andy McGuire back next week. So, but Jenny, you're always on my short list to call.
Hey,
so.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I appreciate that. And Jenny Hobbs, again, our guest host today. We thank Sigourney Youth Soccer. We thank Albia Girls Basketball and Sigourney Boys Basketball for being here on the sports section. Again, we're live from Barn Wired every Saturday morning.